Alright, welcome back to my channel. For this video, we're going to do another Lego. This is the DeLorean from the Back to the Future franchise. We're going to do this. It's got a couple minifigs. It's got Marty McFly and Doc. And this is Lego number 77256, 357 pieces. And again, it's a time machine from Back to the Future. It's got a total of 5 bags. So here are the bags, and then it's got an extra piece there, and then this little wire thing here, and then some stickers. And then of course we have the booklet, the instruction booklet. So I'll get bag 1 opened up, and I'll bring you back to show you the pieces. Alright, here is bag 1, and here are the pieces for bag 1. Looks like we'll be building both the minifigs. And so the pieces, and then there was 2 smaller bags in bag 1, so here's the pieces for one of the smaller bags, and the parts for the other smaller bag. And then also included in with bag 1 is one of the extra pieces, this piece here, and I think that's probably the floorboard of the car. That would be my guess, but we'll find out as we build it. So I'm going to go ahead and put together bag 1, and I'll bring you back to show you our progress. Alright, bag 1 has been completed. And this is what we got. We built Marty McFly and Doc, and so there, it's them. And then we also built the lower part of the car. Looks like we have the beginnings of the seating area, and then we've got the flux capacitor area right there, and then the back end of the car, and we even got beginning of the wheel wells there, and then looks like some of the maybe possible light of the car, back end, and then that too. So we'll get bag 2 opened up, and I'll bring you back to show you the contents. Okay, so we got bag 2 here, and it's just that one bag, just the main bag, and here are the pieces. And so we'll get bag 2 put together and get it attached to the car, and I'll bring you back to show you our progress. Alright, we finished bag 2, and what bag 2 consisted of was building up this back end. We also added a sticker that says DeLorean, and then we built this section here, and we also completed the flux capacitor area, so we've got that section here done. We added some backs to the seats, these sides here and here, and then added a little bit of the front here. So we're moving right along. We'll get to bag 3, and I'll bring you back to show you the contents. Alright, here is bag 3, and here's all the components for bag 3. So we'll get bag 3 put together, and I'll bring you back to show you our progress. Alright, we've completed bag 3. And bag 3 was basically working on the back end here. We added this section here. We added this section here, along with all this section in here. Get my finger out of the way. All this section in here. And then we also added this section here over the top. So that was bag 3. So let's move on to bag 4, and I'll bring you back once I have it open to show you the contents. Okay, we've got bag 4 opened up, and here are the contents to bag 4. Looks like we'll be installing the date thing, chronometer, however you pronounce it, but the date to which the time machine will be going to. So I'll get these bag 4 put together, and I'll bring you back to show you the progress. Alright, we completed bag 4, and bag 4 basically worked on the front end here. We added in the steering wheel and the dashboard. So we got the steering wheel and the dashboard there, and the chronometer. And then we worked on the sides of the DeLorean. And then we added a front fender there. And then we worked on the front end, built it up here, and even got the bottom of the car there. And then we also did the fender on this side along with the door, parts of the door, and stuff like that. So we'll get bag 5 together, which is the last bag. And once I get that opened up, I'll bring you back to show you the contents. All right, here's bag 5. And here are the components it included that were not actually in bag 5, but were in the box. Those two black wires there. And then the large bag 5 had these components, which includes the, I don't know if that's the front windshield or the rear windshield. Probably the front windshield, since the back end doesn't really have a window. And then there was a smaller bag, and here are the components in the smaller bag, the contents. So I'll get bag 5 put together, and I'll bring you back to show you the finished product, or maybe part of the finished product. But you'll have to see when I bring you back. All right, we have completed the DeLorean Time Machine from Back to the Future, Part 1. The wheels can go either in flying mode or rolling around on the ground like a regular car. So I completed this in the flying mode to start with, and then once I show you everything that we've done with this, I'll bring you back to show you it in the rolling as a regular car. But bag 5, they added these little wires here on both sides. On both sides, they go from here down under the car, come back up, and then hook in the back on both sides. And then we added these pieces here, this blue piece, and for the flying portion we added this section here. For the driving part, I think they're going to have an antenna coming up, like you saw in Back to the Future Part 1, when he was going to hit the wire at the clock tower. Let's see, finish up the front end. We also have Marty and Doc in the car right now, seated in the car. So the roof comes off so you can take Marty and Doc in and out. And so that is the completed DeLorean from Back to the Future in flying mode. Now if you give me just I'll bring you back to show you it in driving mode, and then we'll finish up this video. Okay, we have swapped the wheels out, and they did change the back end. We now have this wire that was in it, and we took out the, I don't know what you want to call it, the trash fusion thing that they used in at the end of Part 1 and into Part 2, where the car became a flying. That took the trash, this piece here, that comes off, and then it's replaced by this yellow piece, and then of course the wheels are now rollable, so the car will go back and forth. And so basically what happens is if you want to convert it back and forth, the wheels for flying, it's 2 pieces here, and then these get put up underneath the wheel wells up into here. They press into there. And then for if you want it to be drivable, let's see if I can get one of these wheels out here. Oh, maybe. Come on, there we go. If you want it to be drivable, the axle now changes to one of those. So you have to be able to get this piece right here off. Now these are not attached. They're just friction attached. So there are 2 pieces here. All right, there we go. I should have had them apart. So there are 2 pieces. This piece gets attached to the wheel, and then that slides into it, so it would look like that. So if you want it to be a flying car, but if you want to keep going back and forth, you'd have to keep changing that out to put in the cross piece member for the axle. But it took me maybe a minute or 2 to switch them out once I figured out how to get that insert out of the wheel. But that is the DeLorean, and of course, like I said, we have Marty and Doc in the car. You can also have them standing outside the car. The roof does come off pretty easily. And so, but that is the DeLorean from Back to the Future. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget, if you like this, hit that like button. If you have any comments, hit the go down below, make a comment. Subscribe if you want to see more of my builds, whether it be Lego gluing models together, some woodworking, and maybe in the future some 3D printing. And so feel free to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button so you get notified the next time I post a video. But I hope you like this one. Again, hit that like button, hit the make a comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.